past few days, she had been chased by normals with tranquilizer darts and helicopters, kidnapped by a peculiar hypnotist to be sold at auction, and broken free only to be captured by Leo Burnham's gang. She'd spent days in a cell in Leo's headquarters, then been sleep-dusted in the course of her great escape with H, only to awake in his apartment to find him dead on the floor, the gruesome shock of which had sent a warhead of concentrated light erupting from her like a fireball, one that nearly took off my head. Once she recovered from that shock, I shared with her some of what H told me in his last breaths, that there was one last living Hollow Slayer, a woman named V, and I was to deliver Nor to her for protection. The only clues to her whereabouts were a torn piece of map from H's wall safe and garbled instructions delivered by H's ghastly ex-hologast, Horatio. But I hadn't yet told Nor why H fought so hard to help her, enlisted me and my friends to the cause, and ultimately died in order to free her from Leo. I hadn't told her about the prophecy. There had hardly been time. We'd been running for our lives ever since I heard Leo's guys in the hallway outside H's apartment. But more than that, I wondered whether, on top of everything else, it would be too much, too soon. One of the 7 whose coming was foretold, the emancipators of peculiardom, the dawning of a dangerous age. It would sound like the ravings of a lunatic cult member. After all the other demands the peculiar world had made on Nor's credulity, not to mention her sanity, I worried it would send her running for the hills. Any normal person would have run off long ago. Of course, Nor Pradesh was anything but normal. She was peculiar, and more than that, she had some serious iron in her spine. Just then she leaned her head toward mine and whispered, "So, when we get out of here, what's the plan? Where do we go?" "Out of New York," I said. A slight pause, then, "How?" "I don't know, a train, a bus?" I hadn't thought that far ahead. "Oh," she said with a hint of disappointment. "You can't, magic us out of here somehow? With one of your time portal things?" "They don't really work like that. Well, I guess some of them do." I was thinking of connections to the Panlupticon, but we'd have to find one. "What about your friends? Don't you have people?" Her question made my heart sink. "They don't even know I'm here." Then I thought, and even if they did, I felt her shoulders sag. "Don't worry," I said. "I'll figure something out." Any other time, my plan would have been simple. Go find my friends. I wished desperately that I could. They would know what to do. They had been my rock ever since I entered this world, and without them I felt unmoored. But H had specifically warned me not to take Nor back to the Imbrans, and anyway, I wasn't sure I had friends anymore, at least not the way I had before. What H had done, and what I was doing right now, was probably destroying any chance of the Imbrans making peace between the clans, and it had almost certainly done irreparable damage to my friend's trust in me. So we were on our own. That made the plan simple but dumb. Run very fast. Think very hard. Get very lucky. And if we didn't run fast enough or get lucky enough, then I might never get a chance to tell Nor about the prophecy. And she would go the rest of her life, however long or short that was, without knowing why she was being hunted. I heard a resounding crash not far away, and then Leo's guys were shouting again. It wouldn't be long now before they reached us. "There's something I need to tell you about," I whispered. "Can it wait?"